I just pray you make it make sense one day. Why I had to suffer and feel all this pain. God gives his hardest battles to his strongest soldiers. And I've seen trauma in my life happen over and over. Give me closure, Lord, and make it all make sense one day. Why I have to suffer and feel all this pain. Like Doctor Strange, I have to wonder, was this the only way? Listen. There's a fighter from Zimbabwe. Her name is Kuda Kwasha. She's the current best boxer in Africa. She'll leave you black and blue. She won the world championship belt in 2022. She's one fight away from being the best in the world. She's met the president and been on the news. To her, it's nothing new. In her last fight, her opponent had flew inside a helicopter. Kuda showed up in a taxi, won the belt and took it back to her family. To her, it's nothing new. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Maz. My friend Sean told me a lot about you. I make music, Kuda. Sean told me that you could use a theme song for you to enter the ring with. I tried writing it but didn't know where to begin, since I barely know your story. So please give me a minute to let me know. If I had a peek at your soul, what would it show? She said a lot of pain and a lot of growth. I used to pray that God makes it all make sense one day. Why I had to suffer and feel all this pain. God gives his hardest battles to his strongest soldiers. And I've seen trauma in my life happen over and over. Give me closure, Lord, and make it all make sense one day. Why I have to suffer and feel all this pain. Like Doctor Strange, I have to wonder, was this the only way? Listen, I used to be a hairdresser before I was a boxer. So I used to box braids before I boxed up. But we couldn't afford rent, so we braided hair on the street. Most Zimbabweans are unemployed, so we just work on the streets. So when people would walk my way, I would stop them and say, hey, $20 for braids. It's kinda, we all make you look neat. But that would make us get arrested and spend nights in a jail cell, cause police would call that disturbing the public's peace. Imagine being arrested just for trying to earn a meal. And I was a single mother who was also trying to heal. I had been married at 17 by the man of my dreams, who very soon became my living nightmare. He said he loved me, but he was controlling. He'd force me to run boxing drills early every morning. Lock me up in the house, accuse me of being a cheater, punch me right in the mouth, kick me right in the femur, blood all over the ground, staring up at the ceiling. That's the father of my child who's causing all of this bleeding. I had a chance to go to Japan and pursue boxing, but he forced me to reject it and put my dream in a coffin. Cause he said if he wasn't going to, I couldn't go at all. That's when I finally packed a bag and gave my parents a call. But in our culture, this is highly frowned upon as a resolve. Cause when you're getting abused, people don't wanna get involved. They just tell you, baby, be strong. What? Just make it all make sense one day. Why we have to suffer and feel all this pain. They say you give your hardest battles to your strongest soldiers. And I've seen trauma in my life happen over and over. Give me closure, Lord, and make it all make sense one day. Why I have to suffer and feel all this pain. Like Doctor Strange, I have to wonder, was this the only way? The bigger the cross, the more it motivates. Yeah. The bigger the cross, the more it motivates. So I moved in with my parents and my firstborn child, and we were very poor in a very small house. The room I used to sleep in had a hole in the ceiling, so when it rained, I quickly lift up the bed and stand there just getting wet. Then my child would join my parents in the next room. My life had left me so embarrassed and stressed, dude, and that's when I found out I was pregnant. And guess who's the father? And just when you think that life can get harder, the doctor told me I was having twins once I was giving birth. And that was the saddest shit I'd ever heard. How will I provide for these children, man? This is absurd. New life is a blessing, but damn, it felt like a curse. Imagine finding out in the delivery room that your womb is actually carrying two. What would you do? I felt like giving up, and that's a euphemism. But this is exactly the point where you should listen. God is a God who starts working in the final minutes. If you choose not to give up, trust me, you won't regret it. Sometimes what we think are curses are actually blessings. Those twins became my biggest motivation. They gave me the power to overcome my situation. Some women can have no babies, crazy, I was blessed with 3. Yes, my husband was abusive, but he also made me be the fighter that I am today, physically and mentally. Listen, boxing is a male-dominated industry. So many female athletes sleep with men just to chase the dreams. But I've never been abused, trust me dog, that's rare to see. Cause I learned to stand up for myself. So me being a fighter isn't proved by some belt. It's proved by me overcoming all this pain that I felt. Me and my past are at peace, I have closure. But I had to wait till it was over. So I pray he makes it make sense one day. Why you suffer and you feel your pain. Yeah. God, why is it I suffer and feel all this pain?
That is a story.
Yeah, but...
So, can I ask you a question? So, do you want your story to be told and you want other people to hear your story?
Yes, I want to be, because I'm a motivation to other girls and those young ladies. You know, I am just but because I'm there to motivate them.